Hey guys, this is a review of The Polygamist, Season 1, Episode 3, Episode 3. So the scene opens up and Joyce is in prison. Well, she's not in prison, she's in jail. And she's sitting next to this lady. And the lady is just talking to Joyce about he called the police on me. I only scratched his car. He was going around sleeping with all these different women. And he had the nerve to give me HIV. I mean, AIDS. And everything. And Joyce is just looking like, oh, that just sounds so disgusting. So the lady, she's in the jail cell with, she goes, you think I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. What are you, a beautiful woman like you, doing in this jail cell? And Joyce was like, my husband's side chick got me arrested. Uh, I burned our old house down that we used to live in with them in it. And the lady, she goes, yo, yo burned the house down? You are the bomb. And Joyce is just looking at her finger like, get that shit away from me. And the lady, she's like, that bastard, he should have died in there. It's a pity that they're still alive. And Joyce is like, our 20th anniversary, the party starts soon, and I am in here. And she's talking about her babies and her kids. And so she's talking about how she's going to lose everything because she's in the jail. And the crazy lady, she's like, well, happy anniversary, sis. Okay, so the scene shifts, and I'm guessing they're back at the condo or wherever they are. And Jonas was like, what did you do? And Matipa was like, well, what do you want me to do? She almost burnt us alive. Did you want me to lie to the cops? And Jonas just giving her a hard stare. And Matipa was like, you can't be serious. Oh my God. And Jonas was like, we do not air our dirty laundry to the public. And Jonas was like, I don't like a woman who don't listen to me. So she was like, you'll defend her after she almost burnt us alive? And Jonas was like, she's the mother of my children. And then Menzie, Moon, they come into the door. They're like, Dad, Dad. So Moon was like, Mom is in jail, and you over here lounging like nothing is wrong. And Menzie was like, yeah, like you're just minding like your own business. And Moon was like, you don't even care about us. And Jonas was like, I'm going to fix this. Okay, so the scene shifts, and we're at Jonas's. Okay, so just going to spoil it for you guys. We're at Jonas's second wife's house, and his daughter, aka uh, Moop's cousin, Sada, gets a text from Moop, right? And she's like, "Oh my God, Aunt Joyce is in prison, in jail, and that I'm just guessing there's no party then." And then Essie is like, oh no, we're gonna go. This is gonna be good. I need to know all the tea, blah, blah, blah. So they leave, but they're hella early because the party starts at 3. But Sarah's wondering why, like, why are we leaving so early? So the scene shifts, and we're back at the jail with Joyce. And the bell goes, Joyce Gamora. And she jumps up. And she goes, you made Bell, your husband's outside. And the crazy lady goes, Joyce Gamora, no, man. I know you look familiar. DM me, and I will respond. Okay, so the scene shifts, and Jonas got Joyce, and they're talking about Jonas is talking about, oh, my publicist is on standby. Um, he's going to announce our joint statement about our divorce, and Joyce was just like, oh my gosh, and she just starts crying, and she was like, Jonas, I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting for whatever potion that this girl used on you. So Joyce was like, you can have your joint statement, however, and I'll sign the papers. But after the party. And, and Jonas was like, after the party. And Joyce was like, well, do you want your freedom? And Jonas was not like that. And then the scene shifts, and Joy got all these messages. Joyce, I am uh, confirming my attendance to the wedding. Joyce, 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 Joyce. Y'all, Mook got the hell out of Joyce. So, Joyce is getting all pretty for the wedding or whatever. So, Mook walks in the room, and she was like, Mom, are you really going to go through with this? And about how this man treats you. And Joyce was like, oh, well, that man you're talking about is your father. And she was like, if if a man did that to me, wouldn't you be happy? Joyce couldn't say shit. She just stared at her, and then Moon just walked right out because she was like, "Getcha, gotcha." So the scene shifts, and and Joyce is walking into her party, and God, what's his name? Emissions. Oh, child, I forgot his name. It will come back to me. And um, he was like, "Oh, there goes little Miss Party," and Essie was like, "Oh, she's so fake," and her son was like, "Oh, at least she looked good though," and then Essie was like, "Oh, you pissing me off, boy." Okay, so the scene shifts and we see nasty ass, slutty ass, hunky ass Motipa getting up out of a red car. Oh, and why does her hair look so thin? Like, if you know your hair that thin when it's curly, girl, just put on that nasty ass wig you wore. Okay, anyways, the dress is giving fuck me now. Right? It's red with like the little gold right here, like between the boobs, and there's no strap in the back. It has the same thing as in the front. She just looks ugly. Like she looks weird. And she walks like she's all that in a bag of chips. And Joyce sees her, and Joyce is like, "Mm, the slut is here." And then a lady goes, Joyce, where's Mr. Party? And Joyce was like, oh, he'll be here. And the slutty ass Matipa goes, he will be here, right? Yo, I just can't make this shit up. This slut she's embarrassing her damn self, yo. Okay, so Joyce is like, oh, Matipa, it's so good to see you. And then people are like, Matipa, Matipa. And she goes, yes. And she is. And then they go, and Matipa goes, a family friend. And she goes, yes, but a little bit closer than that. Me and Joyce are practically sisters. And everybody's looking like, huh? What? And then Matipa, she goes, oh, Joyce, aren't you going to make that big announcement? And everybody's like, big announcement? Her and Jonas are, and then all you hear is Jonas, greetings, greetings. And oh, that slut's face. You guys should see that slut's face. Oh, priceless. Okay, so Jonas goes, Ma, and then Jonas's mother goes, what did she say? Oh, she goes, my son. And then Jonas goes, my wife. And they just start kissing. And she looks at Matisa, and Matisa's looking so defeated. And, they're laughing. And, they're just being so fake at this point. It's so disgusting to see because you could just tell, like, oh. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna go and do whatever they're gonna do in that little part. So they walk into some part together, and Joyce is like, have fun, party away. And so Joy, she's being petty as fuck. She goes, well, the wild dog decided to come. And he goes, yeah, this wild dog decided to come because you talked to the miniature's wife, threatening my tender. And she goes, mm-hmm. So she goes, so he goes, how low can you go, Joyce? She goes, as low as I can go, Jonas. And he goes, into the depths of hell. That's where you belong. She goes, don't you dare tell me that. And so she starts touching Jonas's collar, and Jonas is like, don't touch me. She goes, oh, I'm just fixing my husband. And he goes, I'm your husband now. But when this is not gonna be your husband. And then they just start bickering back and forth. Girl, I lost the dialogue. Ugh, I can't even keep up. So the minister and his wife comes into the building, and Jonas was like, oh, my minister. And Joyce is like, oh. And then they start hugging and kissing. And Joyce was like, oh, is this for me? She goes, and the minister's wife goes, this is for both of you guys. And Jonas was like, oh, this bridge construction is very important to me. I really enjoy my tender. And then the wife goes, I really told my husband, to give you the tender because I believe in the both of you. And you guys believe in principles and values. Oh, you guys should see the minister's face. The minister is like, they already know that is bullshit. Maybe the minister's wife don't get out much, you guys. Y'all, the minister looks like he's about to have a heart attack, y'all, because he can't even look Jonas in the face. He's looking around Jonas up above his head. Oh, God, the minister knows what's going on here. So Gage walks into the building and he goes, oh, my sister-in-law. And he's like, yeah, what's going on right here, you guys? Jonas. And she goes, she went to the minister to threaten my tender. And Gish goes, what does that mean? And Jonas goes, we're renewing our vows today, and walks away. Okay, so the scene shifts, and Jonas is standing at the altar. And oh my God, everybody stands up and they look at Joyce. Joyce is wearing the most ugliest wedding dress ever. I'm like, what the fuck you got on, girl? Like, you got the nice body shape and you're just wearing this? Okay, girl. Anyways, so it's like a goldish type of white. It's like white, maybe like a cream white with a big old vest. But it looks like a nest type thing on her chest. And she's walking down the aisle, and then there's this music and words around her, and she's looking at grabbing Moop's hand, and she goes up to Jonas, and she's like, I still love you, and I think that I will always do. But in the midst of this, as she's walking down the aisle, Jonas is having flashbacks. Them together, the baby, Joyce in the hospital, this, that, all good memories. And then, Moon, she's just sitting there clapping her hands like, this is bullshit. Minzy is like happy. And Moon's slutty ass friend, LaDonnie, is happy as well. So they kiss and everything, and then they put their heads together. Matiba's looking salty as ever, bitch. Because nothing went her way. Ha ha, Matipa, bitch. Okay, so now they're sitting at this table, and Gesh is like, I need to make an announcement. And he says, you know, me and my younger brother Jonas had a bad upbringing. And Jonas is looking like, hurry up, man, hurry up. And he was a big dreamer. And then when this lady came along, his lovely wife, Joyce, she made him into the man that he is. She saw the potential in him. And he told me, with this lady by my side, I could do anything. So now, after they cheers, they're dancing, and oh God, you can tell like this is so cringe because it's so fake. And Jonas was like, are you going to sign those papers after this show of yours? And Joyce is like, mm-mm. So she says to Joe, he says, what? And she goes, what made you exactly make you stop loving me? And he pushes her a little closer and goes, I will not wait forever. And whatever that means. And he goes, smile, everyone's watching. And so he twirls her around and calls her his beautiful queen. So the scene shifts, and Menzie is in some type of building, but whatever. So Moon's slutty ass friend, LaDonnie, comes up to Menzie, and she goes, Menzie, why are you alone? And he goes, she goes, the party's out there. And he goes, I just needed some fresh air. And she goes, why do you need fresh air? You're outside. And she goes, is that Tom Ford you're wearing? She goes, yeah, why? He got a big old juicy smell, yeah. And she goes, oh, I just love a man with money and power. Come on. Oh, it smells good. So come on, let's go dance. Yo, why is Minzy still standing there? Like, dude, the girl you like just invited you to go dance. Yo, I don't know what's wrong with this boy. Okay, so they're his cousin. Uh, uh, I keep forgetting his name. Oh God, what they say his name? He goes, "Oh man, you keep missing your chance with the girl, man. You just keep letting her slip away." And he goes, "How am I letting her slip away?" He goes, "What's wrong with grabbing her like this and landing a wet one?" And Minzy was like, "No, no, 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 no. That's sexual assault." And he goes, "Is it sexual assault when she kissed you in the club?" So Gash walks up to Sarah and was like, "What are you doing all alone playing video games on your phone when everybody's dancing?" And, so Minzy and her brother, um, he's like, "Uncle Gash." Minzy's like, "Uncle Gash, we got a problem outside." And he was like, "Oh, I'll be right back and we'll dance." Okay, so Joyce's mama walks up to the slutty ass cunt, Matipa, while Matipa's minding her own damn business. And the mama was like, "Why did you show up? Shame on you for coming. You didn't think Jonas was gonna come, didn't you?" And she was like, "Why are you bothering me? Don't you have some medication somewhere to take? You're getting on my nerves." Yo, Gesh is kicking ass. Okay. So these two big fat black guys, well, I should say African guys, they they coming up like, "Gomorrah, we want Jonas Gomorrah right now." So Gash was like, "Yo, what's up? Come to my office. We can talk about it because right now is my brother's anniversary. Peace out." They're like, "No, get us Gomorrah right now." So Gash was like, "Well, people think just because you got money, they think that you forgot where you come from, a township." Yo, why did Gash soft the out of this fat African? Yo, like punched out his teeth, yo. Yo, why did the minister's wife he just snuck up and went, "Oh, this is the Jezebel that is sleeping with Jonas." And Matipa was like, "Get your hands off of me." Because the minister's wife, she slid in all smooth, guys. And then Matipa was like, "You know what? I'm getting ganged up on." And then she goes, "You two are witches." And just walks away. That's what you get, bitch. So Jonas went to go make a toast or whatever. And he was saying, "I owe everything to you, Joyce. You made me the man I am today. When I laid eyes on you, that radiant smile, toast to you and to my beautiful family." Yo, Essie almost threw up. And she had to take a swig of that alcohol. Ah, this is what living a lie does. Okay, so this slutty ass bitch Matipa just keep embarrassing herself today. This bitch. So she goes, "Jonas, the only reason I came to the stupid party was to embarrass Joyce. But now it just seems like the joke is on me. Y- is she going to sign the divorce papers?" And Jonas was like, "Do you think it's appropriate time to be talking to me about this?" And she goes, "Jonas, I'm talking to you." And then she grabs his arm and he's looking like, "Bitch, what is that?" And then he just moves it. And she goes, "Jump." And then that walks away. So the scene shifts and Jonas is leaning over the divorce papers on the desk. And Joyce was like, "Well, you didn't have to bring me home so I could just sign your stupid papers." And so she signed it, and Jonas kind of went like, "Oh," like he kind of like regretted it for a minute. And then Joyce stood there after she signed it, and then she started to walk away. And Jonas grabbed her, and he was like, "I miss you." So he was like, "I miss you, Joyce. I miss you, my love." And then they just started kissing on each other. And then Joyce backs away and she goes, "Joe." And then he just pulls her close and just starts smacking on her. So this is the end of the episode. And I will see you in the next one.